Well, today, communities all over the city of Chicago are coming together to say that today begins the fight for an elected representative school board in the city of Chicago. 86% of Chicagoans say they want an elected school board. The decision to close 50 schools, to slash neighborhood school budgets while you increase funding to charter schools, then to release an RFP for 52 charter schools in the midst of a supposed $1 billion budget deficit is beyond insulting. And I think what it illustrates is there is no transparency, there is no accountability to the public. So today, what we are fighting for is to unite all the city of Chicago towards the fight for an elected school board. We should not be going to any more bogus school board meetings, fake school closing hearings, where they're not listening to us in the first place. So our members will not do that. What we will do is we're going to focus our energy on toppling this school board that is illegitimate. We do not recognize the legitimacy of this school board. They are not accountable to the public. They've had over a decade of making irresponsible policy, and nobody gets fired. But the people who catch the hell are the people in our neighborhoods, and we've had enough of that. We invited young people to come with us today, that they can miss class, that they can come down with us today. We invited parents to take a day off of work and to spend time with us today, because young people's education is not being honored by this place. You know, how do you have a diet high school where you have children taking art, social studies, Spanish, and physical education as online classes? We brought that issue to the board. What did they do? Nothing. We've brought issues of discrimination and disinvestment in our neighborhood schools. Because of a lack of vision from the district, communities have come together and developed their own vision for schools, ignored by the district. So is the education of our young people being respected by 125 South Clark? Or do we have to take drastic measures to raise this issue, to heighten people's awareness? Think about this. Since 2002, only 18% of the schools that have replaced closed schools are high performing. 18%. So despite the fact that they can pick the children that they want and kick out the children they don't, fewer than 20% of those schools are high performing. Is that children first? Is that valuing children's education? That's not satisfactory to us. So we're saying whatever measures we have to take, whether it's young people walking out of classrooms, whether it's taking over school board meetings, or finally fighting for an elected representative school board, we are not going to sit back and just allow them to miseducate our young people. There has to be accountability to the public at the end of the day. These are public schools with public money, not public schools for private interests. Well, first, if the school board was to listen to us, they would resign, first of all. Secondly, because with an appointed school board, I don't want to miss this point, appointed school boards only exist in school districts that serve primarily African American and Latino children. You will not find them in the hills of West Virginia. You won't find them in rural Tennessee. You find them in Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, DC. And that's unacceptable. So as a taxpayer, this is voter suppression. I'm being denied the right to hold officials accountable for the policies they set. So there is no an appointed school board can do right by us. They haven't done right. They had over 15 years of mayoral control. And what's been the result? And so that's one point. And the second point is, if they were to be just, then they would invest in neighborhood schools. You can't claim to have a budget crisis, slash Diet's high school budget by $1 million, Dunbar by $700,000. Whitney Young students talking now saying if they have to have class past 7th period, they got to pay for it, but then you're going to release an RFP for 52 new charter schools. Seriously. Seriously. So we don't care what Mayor Rahm Emanuel says about young people being involved. Bull Connor was not happy with young people being involved in the civil rights movement in the 1960s. And today, the establishment or the status quo is not going to be satisfied with young people and parents continuing to fight for their education rights.